Do you want to know the secret formula for a signature editing style? I'm going to let you in on it because every photographer needs their own unique style. Hey there, I'm Marcy, and on this channel, I help photographers elevate their editing and create their style. In the last video, I showed you why it's so important to have a signature editing style. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to discover that style. If you want some help right away, I have a consistent editing roadmap for free. The link is in the description. So discovering your editing style comes down to three things: reflection, inspiration, and translation. I'll explain these three things in just a moment, and I'm going to give you some tasks to do as well. First, I want you to reprogram your thinking when it comes to style. Usually there are two main issues going on. You either need to stop mimicking styles or stop style hopping. And sometimes you go from one to the other. Sometimes you'll start with mimicking other styles earlier on, and then you'll move to style hopping before you kind of find your own style. So here are a few questions to think about first. Do you feel like your images look like everyone else's? Have you purchased the same presets as a lot of other people around you? Are you closely following the same photographers on social media? And have you taken courses from photographers to learn how to edit like them? If you said yes to any of these things, don't worry, you are in good company. So many other photographers, myself included, have done these mimicking things. And I think it's kind of the natural progression of a photographer. It's how you learn and grow. Let me tell you a story about way back when I was starting out as a wedding photographer. Jasmine Star was the photographer to follow. I followed her blog, I was obsessed with her photos, and I learned from her on Creative Live. So she actually shot a wedding completely filmed on Creative Live, and you better believe that I tuned in to every minute. There's actually not a lot of relatable education at that time, and so I think I learned a lot of like fundamental skills from her. But she had created her style, and at that point I was trying to do everything just exactly like her. But I wouldn't like get to the next level until I actually created a style that was my own. And it takes time to develop, but you'll get there if you're dedicated. Now on the other side, if you are a chronic style hopper, or somebody who wants everything, this is gorgeous, I want that, this looks great too, this photographer said this, maybe I should try that. It's okay to love a lot of different styles and admire those styles, but for your business, you need to pick one vision, one style that really truly fits who you are. Don't go down that rabbit hole of style hopping. It's endless because there are so many talented photographers out there. I promise I've been there too, but the faster you can move on from this cycle, the faster you can define and refine your style, as well as become known for it. So in order to truly discover your editing style, you're going to have to get laser focused on you. Back to those three steps. The first step is going to be reflection. You need to reflect on you and your business. How do you create your own style? It starts before you even pick up your camera. Let's turn the magnifying glass away from everyone else and point it at yourself. What makes you unique and what's going to make you stand out from others? The real secret is that it's not about pretty pictures, it's about you as a person. Not everyone works through this, but stick with me. You don't want to get stuck in a sea of similarity. I mean, how do brides decide who to book if everyone looks the same? It's going to come down to you. And the creative artist in you wants them to book for your artistry and your style and not to focus on their wallet or outside opinions. So you need to make sure that who you are shines through in your images. So here's some questions you need to ask yourself. What is your personality like? Casual and relaxed, formal and subtle, bold and full of life, social and immediate best friends with everyone. Maybe you're reserved and super sweet, or quirky and unapologetic. You also want to ask, what are your favorite things? Vacation spots, books, movies, food, hobbies, skills, podcasts, stores, art, things like that. Another question, how do you interact with your clients? What is their experience from the very first moment they interact with you? What is it like for your clients at a session or on a wedding day or a different event? Are you laughing and playing music? Are you directing them? Do you have a gentle approach or are you more loud and in their face? Remember when I said I'd give you some tasks today? Well, here's your first task. Write this all out. Make a little paragraph about all these different questions that I posed. Lay it all out, who you are and what your client experiences with you. Okay, now how do we get who we are to show up in our images and our online presence? Let's start with some research. Step 2 is to gather inspiration. So this would be Pinterest time. Now stop. What is the worst place to gain inspiration from? That will be photography in your own specialty. So find your initial inspiration images from anywhere except your niche. Seriously, wedding photographers, stay away from other wedding photos right now. So obviously this task right now is to create a Pinterest board that really represents you. Here's specifically what you want to figure out. What artistic styles are you drawn to? I'm talking art, colors, patterns, location, clothing, furniture, graphics, cars, everything. Pin a bunch of images, then curate them down, and then pin them again and curate. Take breaks. You don't need to do this all in one sitting, and sometimes it's nice when you get some fresh eyes. You might have been drawn to something yesterday that you want to make sure that wasn't like spontaneous and you really are drawn to it. What similar themes come up when you're doing this process? Create that cohesive board that would be inspiring to look at every day. And then go back to the paragraph you wrote earlier. Does the paragraph align with these images? Do you feel like you can describe the images using some of the words that you came up with? If not, keep curating and pinning until you see these words and images kind of come together. Then take 10 or so of those favorite images from your Pinterest board and move them into Canva on a mood board. If you don't know what Canva is, canva.com. It's just this really awesome, easy to use program online that's free. You can upgrade to a pro version if you need to, but you can definitely get away with the free version. And it's just a really easy way to make graphics and pins and anything that you need, social media images. So they have lots of templates for mood boards, and that would be where I would suggest to go. So when you get to that point, you've created this visual representation of who you are as a person. It's pretty cool. Okay, on to step 3, translation. So you want to translate that inspiration into an editing style. At this point, you have your personality and your brand experience paragraph. You have a mood board that really represents who you are as a person. Next, we bring photography back into the mix. Analyze this board compared to your current style and then make a plan for what to do next. Pull up the inspiration board and then pull up your website or Instagram feed and figure out, does your Instagram feed look like your mood board? Do they go together? Are they like peanut butter and jelly? Or are they like peanut butter and ketchup? If not, then you need to shift your editing process. You'll want to create final images that actually look like this inspiration board. Because remember, this board is a visual representation of who you are as a person. You can even take like a screenshot of your current website, your current Instagram, and then as you develop this new style, you can kind of compare. It's fun to look back sometimes. So once you get to this point, yay, congratulations. You have discovered a style aesthetic that represents you, and now you know what kind of look you need to focus on mastering in Lightroom. And also while shooting, of course, but that's a whole other topic. So it's time to stop mimicking others or style hopping and create your own style, unique to you and the vision you have for your business. I covered why it's so important to create your signature editing style in the last video, so you'll want to watch that next if you missed it. Don't forget to grab that consistent editing roadmap. The link is in the description, and it will give you some great tips on keeping your images consistent from event to event. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.